In a previous video, I showed you how I built out a fractals application, and what I noticed was that I couldn't run more than two of them, and then the third one was giving me a out of memory ish error, and it turned out that I had a 64 kilobyte limit all along in the same segment, so I had to go ahead and make some drastic changes to the app loader, and I also added better support for 286 and 386 and above machines. So now the operating system detects more than 640 kilobytes and uses it when appropriate. So that's going to give us a lot more headroom to build out some more complex applications. And the work that it did yesterday, it took 3 hours and 26 minutes to make all the changes. And this is the PR. Um, so it actually went ahead and made it possible for packages to live outside of the segment, of the 64K segment, and it created a bunch of changes to be able to make that happen. Let me see here. I just think that this is going to be a very short video, and what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and make this and run this in the 286 machine and the 386 machine to show you the differences. Actually, let's start with the XT one because I haven't done that one. So make XT 640. So an XT with 640K should also run multiple um, fractals, more than two. And so let's do that. This is again an 8088 with a VGA card, which I know is a very rare thing, but it's not impossible. Actually, I believe I have the same video card in the machine that I'm gonna try to test. All right, so 640K, and we're gonna boot now. All right, and here we are. Now the packages are in the disk, in the B disk. They're separate from the operating system. They come in a different disk image. So you can see here I have two floppies, the operating system and the apps disk. And the fractal lives here. So if I click on that and open it, as soon as I open it, it starts rendering a fractal. All right. Now I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to run 3. Okay. So now we have 2 fractals. And again, this is an 8088 with 4.77 megahertz. So it's going to be slow. And I'm redrawing the screen because, all right, so loading. Perfect. Now we have 3 fractals rendering. And I want to change this one to Julia. This one, oh boy. This one to the burning ship. All right. And while those are running in a preemptive manner, I'm going to go to the task manager. And I'm going to see that I'm at 56% CPU usage. And if I click on the task manager here, you can see that those applications ended up being moved all the way over here. You see those right here on the far right? That's where the applications live in the memory map. 6580, 6740, 6900. And notice how everything is still rendering in the background. That was a change that happened in the previous PR. So now all the applications continue to run just like they would in a modern operating system. They can show their update in the background. I can even go ahead and load a bouncer, the bounce. And you can see here how the bounce is a really great way to see how the scheduler gets divided amongst the the applications in the 8088. It's very slow for 4.77 megahertz. It's not much. But if I change the scheduler to cooperative, I think the difference should be more noticeable. At least in the 286 it was. All right, come on. Notice how the bouncer thing is moving pretty well, and all the applications continue to update in the background like they should. And then if I change it to cooperative, let's see what happens. Notice how the cooperative really slowed things down. Look, you see that? The applications get one complete sweep each versus preemptive where they get a lot more time. So if I go to preemptive, notice how everything is getting a lot more time over the CPU, and that's the way we want it. All right, so that's the update for this video. Oh, wait, let me show you that in the 386, I get access to extended memory. So let me do that. All right, so let's exit this. Make 386. This is a 386DX with 2 megabytes, or yeah, 1.6 mega. 2 megabytes? I don't know why it's 2 megabytes, but why only have 1.6? But I don't understand why the floppy. Oh, I guess this is a 1.44 megabyte floppy image, probably, or maybe not. All right, so here we are. Let's go to the task manager. And now I have a 386 with extended memory of 960K plus 640K. So 1.6 like we saw in the BIOS. And if I go to the fractals, so now I can load a bunch of applications. So let's say I open Minesweeper. Notice how Minesweeper ended up being over here. We have the piano right next to Minesweeper. Fractal. There's one fractal. Another fractal. Another fractal. So notice how now I don't have any memory gaps. Sorry, any memory out of memory messages, and the application and all this space is available for applications now. And these applications that so far haven't been very big, but I want to build some bigger applications, and hopefully this now unblocks me from doing that. So yeah, this is going to be, like I said, a very short video, and thank you for watching. If you try this out, let me know in the comments. Let me know any feedback that you might have here for me. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. I think one of the things that I'm going to try next is being able to play music in the speaker. Optionally allow the sound system to not pause the entire machine. I don't know. I haven't tried a sound card yet, so maybe I should do that first before I go into this PC speaker stuff, because the PC speaker did tend to block um, the system and many other operating systems. So, all right, well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, please subscribe.